Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me in this new episode of the Twilight Zone. So today's turn is for Season 2, Episode 7, Nick of Time. Once again, I see no spoilers or any information about the episode I'm about to watch. For today's episode, I got Robin here keeping me company. As for a snack, I really haven't had a snack. I just ordered Uber Eats. I got Popeyes. I've never tried Popeyes in my life. This is the first time I'm gonna try it. Well, I'm not sure if I should be eating this on screen. I think I'm gonna just eat it now. Yeah, why should I make... Yeah, I'm gonna eat it. Never mind.
20 minutes later.
Oh. Woo! That was something. Smells like hamburger. Isn't she adorable? Okay, so all I have left is the soda, which I will be having. In case you don't know this is Sangria Casera. One of my favorites ever. Okay, so let's get this done. Oh yeah, they gave me bullets. I don't know what bullets. Balls. Okay, I'm gonna be having these little things. I don't know. I'm just way too full to... I don't even... Whatever. Anyway, let's get this done. Okay, a car is being towed. Oh, sorry. I love those cars, but they are heavy. Are you kidding me?
How long is this going to take?
Are you kidding me? This is... Stop it.
3-4 hours.
Are you kidding me? This is my second episode with... This is my second episode with William Shatner, and he looks fine. Yeah, and the last episode was Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, and he was just amazing in it. And it was a completely different character than I saw from Captain Kirk. So let's see what kind of character I was looking at it and I was like, he looks like William Shatner. And then I was like, he looks... But that's definitely him. I'm now in a good mood. Okay, let's continue.
You're on board to play safe.
Crazy.
Let's get some lunch.
Lunch, we can homestead. June, croon, honeymoon.
Quiet.
Sorry, I can't open this. Are you kidding me? I even blushed on the actual... my hand. Let's continue. Nothing happened.
I don't think I should phone the office again, huh?
You are going to lose that promotion if you keep pestering me, lover.
Bread and butter.
Yes, dear.
Just trying to save your life.
That's jaywalking. I like that shot. Whoa, what? Bacon eggs, 70 cents. Okay.
I thought we came in here to eat.
Yes, we did.
By the way.
Well, what have we got here? The Mystic Seer.
The what? Well, let's try.
I hope this is not like big Cause that was some story in big.
Does anything exciting ever happen around here? It is quite possible.
Okay.
In one moment, they will be subjected to a gift. This town happens to lie on the outskirts of the Twilight Zone.
Okay.
I've got some very good chicken fried steak out there.
Oh,
Good, hmm?
great. He must have siphoned it out of a swamp. Am I gonna be promoted, for Pete's sake?
What?
It has been decided in your favor. Give me Main 18997 in St. Louis, please.
In all honesty, I love it every time I see that they ask for a different place to phone by giving a name and then a short number. I love that. When I was born, that was not a thing. It didn't happen, at least not in Mexico when I was born. So it always it's something that I really like, and I remember noticing it the first time with Mel Gibson in Forever Young. But still, I love it.
Your fingers crossed.
I'm doing it up here.
Hello, Pauline. It's Don. What's the secret word, Pauline? I did. I made it.
Okay, so the machine
Yes.
was...
We'll send you a postcard
Right.
from New York. I made it.
Darling, I'm so proud of you. Here's a dime for the jukebox.
Some success music.
Or the...
Thank you.
You ain't gonna like this as much as you would that chicken fried steak.
They don't want the chicken!
Is it really going to be 4 hours before we get out of here? You may never know. What does that mean?
Who knows?
That is so creepy.
What do you mean we may never know? No, that's not a yes or no question.
Yeah.
You mean something will keep us from knowing? Something will happen to us? If you move soon.
What? Now, in all honesty, he looks really good. I don't know who she is, but I'm liking her already. And if they continue asking more questions to that machine, they're gonna go broke. Stop it.
I can see I'm gonna have to be the frugal one in our family.
Just one more. You mean if we're not supposed to move, we're supposed to stay here?
Just one question per penny, please.
Should we stay here until 2:30?
Can you stop making that close-up?
Try again.
Don?
He's taking it too
Around the
seriously.
town,
Every answer seems to fit.
Joking, aren't you? I mean, Don, no more.
If we don't stay in here until...
Dare risk finding out. Don, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't finished my sandwich yet.
You didn't have the chicken.
Don't you want something cold to drink?
Please, let's go.
$1.60 with 3 cents tax.
Here, keep the change.
Well, thanks. Then come on back now.
Well, why was it so specific?
Specific.
All right, what about my promotion then? Didn't it tell me it has been decided in your favor, isn't that? Oh, forget it.
He's sounding a little bit crazy.
Superstitious. It's like you married an alcoholic, isn't it?
No, stop it.
Bottles in the chandelier, it's rabbit's feet and 4-leaf clovers in my pockets, in the car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't change the facts, though.
What facts?
6 straight answers.
Oh,
Tell-
Don, please.
Oh, stop treating me like a retarded child or something.
Hey, Don, wait.
We can make...
What? How could he be so stupidly irresponsible and still manage to look that hot after doing it? Look, he looks so good. But he was an idiot. Did you see how he dragged his wife? Just to beat a lorry and then a car that was passing by. Like, he from the get-go, I told you that was jaywalking. And if he were so superstitious, he would, like, not do such irresponsible, reckless shit. Slap him in the face! 3. Oh, he's gonna go insane.
You all right? Quite a moment.
Because of your fault, you dumb shit.
We're not going back to that.
Why not? It's a coincidence. Well, what are you worrying about us going back then?
I'm not.
So stop worrying.
He's gonna become obsessed. Okay, he's taking this attitude that I really don't like. Like, what? What's your what? What? We're going back. So what? That's your wife, dude. Ha ha.
Someone's sitting in front of our mystic seer.
He doesn't like it.
Oh, back already. What'll you have?
Honey?
Oh, I'll have some iced coffee, please.
How about you?
Same.
They're not having chicken before you ask.
When that car almost hit us, it was 3 o'clock. Exactly when that machine said it.
Don.
No, wait. The machine didn't set shit. You said 3 o'clock.
You said 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You decided to sit in here as long as we did. You.
Exactly.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Exactly.
Can't you see that you made up all the details and all that thing did was give back generalities?
What are you getting so upset about?
You? That you could eat it?
Come on. Yes, sir.
As soon as they got up. I love those dresses. No, she's not happy.
Did you know about the car almost hitting us? What do you think?
How can a mystic seer answer a question with another question? I'm getting a little bit overheated here. It's the sugar rush. I'm sorry.
Will we reach New York all right now? Your chances are good.
Very precise.
I never said these slips were made for us personally. I only said
I
that...
heard. Don't you realize it? You could get the same kind of answers from any one of these machines in here. Try and see.
The same kind, maybe, but not the same answers.
Okay, I get the point.
Will it still take 4 hours before the car is ready? It has already been taken care of.
Let's go then.
Yeah.
Mister, your car's ready. Got a lucky break. Found a fuel pump right here in town, last one they had, too. Figured you'd be walking around a couple hours before you finally came to the garage.
Oh, that's still creepy. You were saying, darling?
All right, then you ask it some questions. Or are you afraid to?
But you shouldn't be
All
playing
right.
in his arena.
Reach Columbus by tomorrow.
We're not going through, if that's what you really want.
Will I ever be married?
The answer to that is obvious.
Still vague.
You're just a stupid piece of junk, aren't you?
It all depends upon your point of view.
I don't want to stay here anymore, Don.
Even if it's true?
Especially if it's true.
What are you talking about? I think you are afraid.
Not of it.
You.
Don't you know?
He's answering just like the machine.
Are we always going to live in St. Louis? Are we going to live in the East? Are we going to live in the West? Are we going to live in this country?
Don.
He doesn't see it.
Let's go.
No.
You're just gonna stay?
No, you listen to me. This machine is predicting our future. Do you think I can just walk away from it? Run my life.
Isn't that exactly what you're letting it do? Don, it made you call the office before. It made you stay here instead of leave. It made you afraid to walk down the street.
She has a point when she's saying that he is letting this machine kind of control his life, because you don't know if it's actually predicting the future or if the machine is a causality. So if it's causing things to happen, is it really predicting the future or is it just planning it?
I'm saying there may be a causality.
What's really going to bake your noodle later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything?
So yeah, and the scariest part of it all is the attitude that he's taking with it, like being so obsessed, not giving two shits about her, not giving two shits about anything. He just, now it's all about this machine, and if it's what she said also, like, especially if it's real, you don't want to have this thing around you. So Yeah, it's already he hasn't been in contact with his machine for over an hour, and it's already creating this many problems.
It doesn't matter whether it can foretell the future. What matters is whether you believe more in luck and in fortune than you do in yourself. We can have a wonderful life together if we make it wonderful ourselves. I don't want to know what's going to happen. I want us to make it happen together.
Don't cry. You're right, I'm a jerk.
No, you're not. You're wonderful.
We'll drive out of this town and go where we want to go. Anytime we please. And keep the change.
Thanks. Come on back now.
This guy made a lot of money with keep the change, and all the pennies he got into that machine.
Go ahead.
Can we ask some more questions now?
What? Like, but he looks so disheveled.
Do you think we might leave Ridgeview today? Is there any way out? Any way at all?
Counterbalance. Two people permanently enslaved by the tyranny of fear and superstition.
Oh, no.
Two others facing the future with confidence, having escaped one of the darker places of the Twilight Zone.
Okay. 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 I have like encounter feelings because it started to go kind of dark in the sense of how he was behaving and all that, and how she was looking at his, this man that she loves, and how he was transforming into this dependent person and so obsessive. And they made it out of it, and this is great. But the other couple wasn't lucky, and this guy was like never leaving the town because he couldn't leave without knowing what was gonna happen later. It's a slaving machine, like she was saying. I think she told him to be like he was being slaved by the machine. The design of the machine is creepy AF. Once again, William Shatner, my respects. I love the way that he works. For another occasion, he made this kind of obsessive man. In Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, he was obsessed with this gremlin that nobody else could see, and in the end, it did cause damage to the plane. Here, he is obsessed with this machine because, for some reason, is giving it answers that I don't know, it was not like really forcing it, but for some reason the answers somewhat fit. And yeah, what she says is something that I was thinking also, like those answers are super vague, and we know it. We have all played with that lucky 8-ball, the thing that you used to shake. And I think at the beginning what was kind of overtaking Kirk is his insecurity. I mean, we saw it from the beginning, that he was about to get a promotion, and he was calling and calling and calling to see what happened. So he's kind of anxious to know what the future's gonna be. So for a person like that, meeting a machine like this is probably one of the worst things that could happen to him, because he's always gonna be worrying about the future, and knowing that there's something that can tell him he thinks is helping him, but it's not really helping him. Like he says, she doesn't want to know the future, and she has the reasons why, but I think it's a sort of insecurity that he has in his own talents in this case, because of the promotion that he got. He's being quite insecure about it, and now he's being insecure about his own life, like asking, are we gonna live in the East? Are we gonna live in the West? Are we gonna live in this country? And all that. And it was all about, well, that depends on whether you leave or not this town. And that means going broke, because this two look really young, healthy, their clothes are on top, they are very good looking and all that. And the couple that comes later, they look pretty pretty bad. I mean, I said it before, he looks disheveled. And she's like, okay, whatever, just keep asking. And he keeps pouring money and money. And obviously, it's just a penny. Yeah, but after 70 questions, you could have had bacon and eggs with hotcakes or pancakes, whatever you want to call them. So, And in the end, she has to be a partner, be a good wife, I would say, even though, but still what she does is that she has to remind him that he has to believe in himself. And she believes in him, and she shows it, and she's like, of course you got the promotion, of course you got it. And then you have to believe in yourself, otherwise this is not gonna work, and you're gonna be depending on this machine. You gotta let go and have faith, and that's what he does. And because he breaks with it, because he believes in the future that he can forge on his own, he's able to leave this town. So that means you are never... This just shocked me on a personal level. Okay, but you are never going to grow in your life if you don't move. And the guys that got stuck in there are just accepting their faith the way it is, like even asking permission to the machine, can I keep asking you questions and all that? And the other guys just took matters in their own hand, and they were like, okay, I'm gonna take my future and I'm leaving because I believe in myself. And that's the reason why they left, and they were not slaves to something that is taking their money out. Like people today, you will pay how much money if you believe in mediums. And I mean, I don't want to shit on anyone's beliefs, but let's be honest, sometimes this kind of services like mediums and other things are just money making machines, or they just do it for the money, not because they actually do something. And this is the same story for a lot of things. So you become dependent to certain beauty products, or to some medium phone services, or you become dependent to a certain kind of diet, or a certain kind of a diet product, or you become addicted to a lot of things nowadays. And this pretty much shows us that a big reason for that is insecurity, not believing in yourself. If you do it, you would be slave to no one. So I really like this episode. It goes into a dark place, but it has an uplifting ending. And if something I can like about the Twilight Zone is when it ends in a positive note, and this was one of them. I love William Shatner doing what he does. I really like her too. I'm gonna try to find out more about this episode, so let's go for it. Okay, Richard Matheson was so impressed with Patricia Breslin's portrayal of the William Shatner's character's wife that he lobbied for her to be given a similar role in Shatner's second and last The Twilight outing, Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. This did not happen. I was like, oh, was she the same? But no. This is the first The Twilight Zone episode to feature a future Star Trek regular, in this case William Shatner. James Doohan, Leonard Nimoy, and George Takei later all had guest appearances on The Twilight Zone, albeit none of them in the same episode. Patricia Breslin, Pat Carter, and William Shatner, Don Carter, were born 5 days apart. Breslin was born on March 17, 1931, and Shatner was born on March 22, 1931. Wow. This is not the first time that the Twilight Zone uses MGM's Town Square on Backlot 2 for its stories, but it is one of the episodes that offers the most viewing angles, including the barely visible railroad tracks inset into the pavement, which led to the small town depot, not seen here, used in countless films and television shows until the late 70s. I have not been told is no excuse. Know by observing, thinking, studying, doing. This is a sign on the wall in the garage, which you can see as the car is towed in. In the opening scene, the couple ride to the garage in their car as it's being towed. That would be illegal in most places today and would be prohibited in most towing firms for insurance reasons, even in areas with no explicit laws prohibiting it. Apparently, people were more relaxed about such things in 1960. Yeah, well, I pointed out some myself. The title was a pun, both on the last-minute escape of the couple from their psychological prison, yeah, as well as the name Old Nick being a term for the devil. In addition, author Richard Matheson has been quoted as saying that he also considered the title to mean that time keeps nicking or cutting into each of us as we live our lives. Okay, and that's it. That's all the trivia I got. Well, I think I can see some spoofs, right? Continuity. Just after the 3 o'clock car incident, Don returns to the diner. As he sits at the counter, his wristwatch reads 10 minutes to 2. Then when he moves to the booth, his watch says 9:20, while the diner clock says 3:15. Okay. Well, at least the diner was on time, at least for the story. Don puts 2 pennies, not 1, into the fortune-telling machine before asking the question, is it really going to be 4 hours before we're going to get out of here? In most of the diner shots, Don Carter's right sleeve is smooth, but when he steps out of the diner, walks to the park, they talk, there's a big pucker in the middle of the sleeve, like a hanger end bump. And that's it. That's all they could take from this episode. But anyway, I really liked it. As many of the episodes from the Twilight Zone, this was one of the ones that I really enjoyed, especially because of the characters, but the story was actually, now that I read about it, like in the nick of time, is actually escaping this town, this little, small town, Richmond, Ohio, nobody knows about it, but it could be your doom. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me in this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless and bye-bye.